Imagine walking into a doctor's office in rural Alabama in the 1930s, promised free medical care, meals, and even burial insurance for a simple checkup on what they called bad blood. Instead, you become part of a 40-year study where doctors observe untreated syphilis without ever telling you the truth or offering treatment, even after a cure becomes widely available. This is the USPHS Untreated Syphilis Study at Tuskegee, a documented medical research project that ran from 1932 to 1972. The United States Public Health Service, working with the Tuskegee Institute, recruited 600 black men from Macon County, Alabama. Of these, 399 had latent syphilis, and 201 served as a control group without the disease. Participants were not informed of their diagnosis or the study's real purpose. Researchers described the examinations as treatment for bad blood, a local term covering various ailments like fatigue or anemia. In exchange, the men received free physical exams, hot meals, transportation to the clinic, and burial insurance. No informed consent was obtained. The study aimed to observe the natural progression of untreated syphilis through periodic exams, blood tests, and eventual autopsies. When it began in 1932, no effective cure existed for syphilis, though treatments like arsenic-based drugs were used. By the early 1940s, penicillin emerged as a safe and effective treatment, becoming widely available by 1943 as the standard therapy. Participants were not offered penicillin or any other curative treatment. Some received placebos, aspirin, or tonics that provided no benefit against syphilis. The study continued unchanged, with researchers withholding information about the diagnosis and available cure to document the disease's effects over time. Over the decades, the lack of treatment led to serious outcomes. Of the 399 men with syphilis, 28 died directly from the disease, and 100 died from related complications. At least 40 wives were infected, and 19 children were born with congenital syphilis. Many participants experienced advanced stages of the illness, including cardiovascular and neurological damage, before the study ended. The study remained ongoing until 1972, when an Associated Press article exposed it to the public. This led to widespread attention. An ad hoc advisory panel reviewed the project and concluded it was ethically unjustified, with risks far outweighing any scientific value. The panel recommended ending the study immediately. In November 1972, the Assistant Secretary for Health and Scientific Affairs announced its termination. In 1973, the panel advised providing medical care to surviving participants. The Tuskegee Health Benefit Program was established to deliver medical and health services to survivors, their wives, widows, and children. The program continued for decades. The last study participant died in 2004, the last widow in 2009, and some children still receive benefits. In 1974, a $10 million out-of-court settlement provided compensation to living participants, heirs of the deceased, and families affected by infections. In May 1997, President Bill Clinton delivered a formal apology at the White House to surviving participants and their families, acknowledging the government's actions as wrong and expressing regret on behalf of the nation. The study contributed to major changes in research ethics, including requirements for informed consent, independent review boards, and protections for vulnerable populations in medical studies. Sources for these facts include official CDC timelines and descriptions, the original study records, congressional hearings, and the presidential apology transcript, all publicly available for verification. What do you think? Drop your thoughts below. See you next time.